Good morning. Welcome to TERRA at Home. And while we're officially edging closer and closer to the first official day of fall, once we've hit Labor Day and we're past it, now we're just talking about fall. So we're here with Kris Morettie, and welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Of course, we know Kris from TERRA at Home, all the beginnings. And we're talking about fall decor inside your home and starting to dress the tables towards that. You're moving away from summer now.
Definitely. As we get into the colder weather, we enter home entertaining season once again. We start thinking about, that Thanksgiving meal and all of those dining occasions we have throughout the fall. So cozying up the home, adding some new accessories, maybe refreshing with a few new pieces can really change the way your home looks, especially when it comes to entertaining at the table.
Exactly, and that's the thing, right? Sometimes it is just about a couple of pieces. Sometimes you don't want to be replacing your linens overall every year.
Yeah.
Some people love doing that,
Sure.
which is totally fun. But again, just adding pieces here and there just to change it up and give it some variety.
Yeah, we're not all made of money. I know for myself, I love reusing elements that are classic in my home. So, my white dishware, my solid basics, those are the things that carry through year after year. And then you might change out specific pieces. So I've given a few options here for mix and matching new and old. And I think a real crucial part of that, a key part of that, as you're looking towards your entertaining throughout a whole season, when you're picking up new pieces, consider the color scheme you already have.
Right.
So if you're playing with the same grouping, the same family of colors, you can mix and match things together and make it all look like it was completely on purpose.
And that's what's great about what you brought here today. All the tones seem to just flow so nicely. So all of these pieces are almost interchangeable with one another.
Yeah, what you're seeing here on the table are pieces from the April Cornell dining collection for fall. And that's something that April Cornell as a designer does extremely well. She always puts out collections that are very easy to mix and match. And that's something that's always popular, but more so now where you've got a bit of throwing caution to the wind. You don't want everything really rigid, and you can mix different patterns and solids together to create a bit more of a playful look.
Yes.
So along with the linens as well, we're adding elements of whimsy to the table for fall, which is kind of fun.
I like that.
Animals, that kind of thing. We'll get to all that. But yeah, what I love about it is the ability to take any piece and mix it with something else and end up with something that looks great.
Exactly. And so again, when you're dealing with the same color tones off of each one, you can easily interchange them. And also, by adding different patterns but with the same colors, it doesn't look crazy busy because you're not doing two different kinds of rusts or two different greens.
That's right.
They all flow.
So for our first setting here, that's exactly what we've done. We've mixed pattern and solid. So our pattern is coming from this lovely tablecloth. This is a pattern called Forest, and I always say this is my favorite of the collection, but then when we get to the next one, I'll tell you that's my favorite of the collection too. I love them all. So this one, we're pulling out some of the nice yellow tones with this goldenrod. It's actually a napkin, but we're using it almost like a charger.
Perfect.
With a square plate, and then layering it on top with a side plate or a serving plate.
It's so cute.
What I have on the side, so everything is sort of classic here. We're going with a leaf motif, which is found in the pattern, but if we want to mix it up and make it a little more playful, we've got other options like our friend the owl over here, and you can just change that up to make it a little more kid-friendly, a little more playful. So maybe the grown-ups get this and the kids get the owls.
I was just thinking, because then again, they all still coordinate.
Yeah.
But I love the owls. I fell in love with them the second I walked up here, and that's what's fun about this time of year. You are dealing with kind of that, the animals out foraging in the forest, and so it really is just kind of reminiscent of all that. So it's so cute. And again, all the colors are working. I love the little dip area in the middle.
Yeah, that's another thing, keeping in mind that people are going to be sharing things. If you're doing a family style dinner especially, so there will be elements on the table. Maybe you've got an appetizer course, just adding something a little bit fun and a little bit special in our spreaders here with the leaf motif. You can go with something classic that doesn't have a pattern. It's something, but it's easy to change and inexpensive to change to sort of vamp it up a little bit.
It does, and it really puts people kind of in the mood, right, of the holiday. So, okay, so the next look, I know as you said, I love that, but now I'm liking this too.
Love this too. So this is a bit more of I'd say a non-traditional fall palette. Often we think of oranges and reds and sometimes purples. Here we're going with a little bit more of a fresh spin, and I really like it. It's a pattern that deals with an oak motif along with birds, and rather than pull out the russets and the browns, we decided to freshen it up with a bit of a green pop. Again, you can take any one of the colors in here. You could have taken a nice ice blue and make it really light and really fresh. So basically just take any of the colors out of there, pull them out, And so we've got a little bit more of a sophisticated place setting here. But again, we're using those same elements again, a charger plate with a placemat, with a napkin, everything coordinates together. And then we've added just a little hint of whimsy with coordinated turkey place setting and napkin holder here, which, you know, holds everything in place.
But I love the charger plates too, because they're very just kind of that nice natural, it gives you that element. Everybody loves that, the element of nature in basically anything we're doing these days, from decorating to whatever, right?
Yeah, you can't go wrong, especially with fall, with elements of wicker and of wood. You know, that whole woodsy thing is sort of coming in, and it makes it a little more cozy. I can't say enough about chargers and how inexpensive a way it is to make your dining experience a little more upscale. So as we enter fall and then in Christmas, I mean, often you can pick up a charger for something like $3.
Yes.
And it's not hard to really change the look of your whole table.
Right, and it does kind of lift it up a level, right? It looks a little bit like, oh wow, they took some time here.
For
and
sure.
all you're easy.
Look how fancy we are.
I love it. Okay, so let's move down to the next. Again, this is beautiful color as well. This is the epitome of fall right here, right?
Yes. So this one is one of the prime examples of what I've been talking about in mixing and matching. What we've done with the other place settings is we've mixed and matched colors with solids. Here we're mixing patterns with patterns. So just to illustrate, it doesn't necessarily always have to be a singular pattern and then pulling one color out of it. You can mix colors, patterns together, and you can make things almost clash, but if we're dealing with the same color family, it works.
Yep, and it really totally does. And again, I'm loving some of this because these are just so cute, and you can't not love these.
This is the Foxy Fall Friends collection. So what we have here, we've got mugs, we've got a little salt and pepper shaker, and then little side plates. They can act as plates for the kids' table, side plates for, you know, the side, or just simply something interesting to put on your table on the plate. Just add it up a little bit. But yeah, they're little critters. Big fan.
Cute, I know. You just can't not but help but love them. It's just so cute.
We talked about chargers a second ago over at this place setting, and here, actually, in lieu of a proper charger, I've taken two of the serving pieces from this collection as well. So these can act double duty. They can be on your table as, you know, a cheese platter or something of that sort, but there's no reason they can't act like a charger as well.
That's good, and that's, again, especially as you're saying, when people are on a certain budget and you can only do so much, just if you have them around and you're able to do it, especially some people only having Thanksgiving for 2 or 4, and you know what, why not have the options, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's perfect. So it's so exciting right now. You can come into TERRA and all these options are in front of you, and I love, as I always mention, you guys are always really great about how you display things, so it gives people ideas on how to do it, right? Because sometimes people wouldn't think to put all of this together.
That's right. So we want to show you the possibilities. We want to inspire you to sort of push the envelope a little bit and hopefully mix some of these things with stuff that you already have in your collection.
Exactly, and that's the great part. So again, it's a season change. It gives you more options again, and it gives people just love. You know, sometimes people just love to make that change. So
it's true.
Here you go. And again, adding just a little bit here and there, and you got a new table setting for that family that just keeps coming back.
Well, you've got the great recipes from Chef Rachel. You might as well set them out.
That's right. We got to fill up these dishes. That'll be coming up a little later on in the show. That's it for now. We'll be back with more. Thanks, Kris.
Thank you.
Live color fully at TERRA, where color lives.
AM 900 CHML is giving you more news when you want it most. Non-stop news weekday mornings 5 till 9, weekday afternoons 3 to 6, with weather and traffic on the 9s. Hear about it first from AM 900 CHML, Hamilton's news talk leader.
Heritage Perennials presents TERRA's Perennial Pick of the Week. Sedum Autumn Joy is a classic favorite with its dusky pink broccoli-like flowers in summer through fall. Extremely drought tolerant. Heritage Perennials. Look for us in the blue pots.
Welcome back to TERRA at Home. We're down in the heart of Grimsby this morning at Casa Toscana, and we're here with Luca and Salvo, and you guys are the owners, partners of this great little shop that is all things wonderful from the Tuscany region.
Exactly.
Yeah, so nice to be with you together. No, obviously, Luca, way back when in the show last year, we had an opportunity to chat over olive oils and balsamics at Stir Kitchen Store in Burlington. But now we're here at your location, and obviously, we would be remiss to not mention the beautiful olive oils that you have here.
Exactly. So we spoke already about the olive oils and the balsamic and how we do it by the tap, and we fill bottles and stuff like that.
This is coming, and the olive oils are coming from your family.
From my family farm, yes, and the balsamic is coming from a very good producer in Modena who makes only traditional balsamic vinegar, which is the one with no sugar or caramel. Okay?
Right.
We wanted just to show you a little bit more about the stuff that we have over here at the store.
The big attraction for many people, imported cheeses, right?
Exactly. We get every 2 weeks a shipment of cheeses from Italy, directly from Italy, but we are dealing only with the cheeses that you actually can't or very hard to find in Canada.
And that's what makes it special, right?
Exactly.
So because once people have a taste of these, then they're basically kind of calling ahead, checking what you have, and
that's what it is. Yes, and of course, I mean the main focus is on the Tuscan pecorino. Pecorino is a sheep cheese, which is our regional cheese. Like we eat pecorino every day in Tuscany.
Oh, really?
Yes. And we actually age it. Our cheesemakers age it in so many different varietals and so many different kinds. Like
look at this guy here.
Yeah, for example, this is a Trebbione. Trebbione is aged in the fresh cut hay, which makes which gives to the cheese this sweeter taste, and makes it very, very delicate and very good.
That's the thing, when people don't realize often when cheeses are washed or covered in certain, it really does affect the entire flavor of the cheese.
It does. Like for example, here we have this one is aged in walnut leaves, so it will give the freshness and the taste of the walnut.
Oh, that's awesome.
And this one is our king. This is, as you can see, it says Pecorino Toscano DOP. DOP means it's denomination of origin protected, which means it's the real guy.
There you go.
There's no imitation. It's
DOP means real guy.
And this is stagionato, so this is like 9 months aged. Okay. Other things that we wanted to show you, of course, this is our Parmigiano. We
Look
get
at that.
every 4 weeks in chunks like this, and then we cut it for the customers.
For what people need.
And this is a 3 years old organic.
Wow.
Okay.
Isn't that incredible?
And this cheese actually has a very nice story. I will make it short for you guys. But this is Verzin. Beppino Celli, you see this name over here? Beppino Celli. Beppino Celli is one of the master cheesemakers in Italy.
Okay.
He lives up on the mountain in the north of Italy. This is not a cheese from Tuscany. It's a cheese from the Alps. And this is like his way of making gorgonzola. Oh. This cheese is made only now in the summer, because it's made with the milk of the cows when they go back on the mountains to eat the fresh grass in the spring.
Oh wow!
So it's a fresh gorgonzola from the Alps.
Beautiful. So that's the thing. I mean, and your buffalo mozzarella, and I mean, people just it's one of those things. You become a destination spot, I guess, for people, right? Because
that's what it is.
People are coming, and you have pastas, and obviously we also need to talk about vacationing and getting yourself over there, right? So Salvo, tell me a little bit about how this all happens. You guys run tours.
Yeah, I was already in the tour business before I met Luca. Actually, when I came here in 2001, I didn't know what to do, because I couldn't speak too much English, and I started to rent villas in Italy, in Tuscany.
Perfect.
I had people there that I knew, and with beautiful villas and bed and breakfast. And,
that's so resourceful of you. You had to come up with something, right? So that's your connection, and that's why you guys are good, you know.
Yeah. So that was my first occupation here, and then I just kept going, and then I met Luca. In the meantime, I became a registered TECO travel agent, and which is a registration we need to make the tours in Italy. So every year now we are planning tours. Basically what we would like to do is bring in our customers to experience what we offer here directly in Tuscany.
And you were telling me it's about treating people to the lifestyle over there, so people
Yes.
really experience what that is.
We like that our customer, they mingle with our families.
Yeah, I love that. So
And,
cooking with your mom, we've got.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and-
my mom is coming at the
And-
villa
oh, I
with my
love
sister,
that, really.
and we stay all together for dinner while Luca's mom, which is a chef.
So this isn't your average tour. This isn't that
Prepare,
really,
yeah.
that structured, everybody's shuffling around kind. This is really a kind of a fun,
Yes,
casual.
Yes.
Yes,
It's
and
that's what people love.
we go in places that we know, in places that are really special for us, and we experience wine, food, and art, of course, because in Tuscany there's
Yes.
the destination, the touristic destination, but there's beautiful things that probably the tourists they will never see.
And see, that's great. So now you're exposing people that the average person going on a formal tour would never see.
Yeah.
Or if they just went over there on their own, they wouldn't even know where to look.
Yes.
So perfect food, wine, and art. You can't get
Yeah.
much better than that,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
And so how do these tours work? How would someone take part?
Basically, they are. We promote a little bit, but it's word of mouth. It's a lot of word
We're
of
promoting it
mouth.
right now. This is awesome.
Yeah. And we made the first one, and everything was so good, and everybody was so happy that they start to talk about.
Okay.
And now, for example, like this year, we go with more than 30 people there.
Isn't that great?
Maximum 16 people for tour because we want to keep intimate.
Okay.
And
Smart.
doesn't want that we don't want that it's like a bus tour.
Right.
That
You don't.
when the customer they are just numbers.
I agree.
So-
I agree. So basically, people can come down to the shop here in Grimsby and can chat with you and find out when the next tour
Yeah.
is and how we can do it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So
All right.
basically, our motto is: we bring Tuscany home to you, or we bring you to Tuscany.
Yes.
Perfect. And
You
that's
can choose whatever you like.
And that's right. So coming
We'll be
here,
there for you.
yeah, you can start off with trying the cheeses and the olive oils, and you have beautiful ceramics, and then hopefully, conversation comes, and away you go, and you can do a big visit. I know a lot of people have that in mind. So thank you so much, both of you, for letting us come to your
Thank
space.
you.
Thank you,
Again,
Leslie.
right down in the heart of Grimsby. It's a Casa Toscana, and it's a beautiful little shop. You must enjoy. All right, there will be more Terra after this. Please stay with us.
Come and explore the new Terra, where color lives.
You've sat under them and built forts in them. You've swung from them and fell out of them. You've even fallen in love under them. Trees have always held a special place in our hearts and memories. A natural beauty, trees will grow with you and your family and bring color and nature into your world. For your assurance of quality, look for trees and shrubs with the Medallion plant tag. Medallion plants, locally grown, the pride of Niagara.
AM 900 CHML is giving you more news when you want it most. Non-stop news weekday mornings 5 till 9, weekday afternoons 3 to 6, with weather and traffic on the 9s. Hear about it first from AM 900 CHML, Hamilton's news talk leader.
Welcome back to Terra at Home. We're back with Chef Rachel, and officially mid-September already, and we have busy lives. As we all do.
Yes.
Kids are back in school, and all the activities that they do. So we need kind of easy meals to prepare at night, and something that's adaptable for the kids' palate as well as everybody else, right?
Yeah, this is a really fun, delicious, easy weeknight meal, I think.
And healthy.
It is very healthy, yeah. Crispy chicken tacos is what I call them. So it's great. I have here some chicken, a couple cups of chicken. The great thing about this is you can use leftovers from the fridge.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You could buy one of those
Chop it
cooked
up.
chickens, right?
Exactly.
That makes it extra easy.
Yeah.
Cooked chicken already for you, and just
All you have to do is shred
peel
it off.
Yep.
Yep. So really simple. So we have some chicken here. We're going to mix that with a bunch of spices and herbs. Make up some tacos. They're crispy because we're going to fry them in the pan a little bit.
Goodness.
Just a little bit of oil, right?
All right.
And like you said, everything in here is healthy. We're going to use some cheese and sour cream, but you can buy the low-fat cheese, low-fat sour cream to stick with that.
Sour cream is one of the best inventions ever because you can literally go. It's quite low fat actually, and it tastes, to me, I don't think it really tastes that much different. So
right, yeah,
why not?
Exactly. Avocado. You can't really have tacos, crispy chicken tacos, without avocado. So all I do with this is scoop it out. If it's nice and soft, it'll mash fairly easily, and we'll just use this as a condiment on the side after.
Okay.
So I'll just mix it with a little bit of green onion and lime juice. We can put some cilantro in there, and if you wanted, you could add in some fresh garlic too, if you like. But we'll just stick with what we have here.
And avocados are supposed to, you know, of course, so healthy for you. It's a good fat, and it's good for your skin, which is why half the time it's in beauty products. They're, you know, putting it in moisturizers and facial you know, scrubs and whatever. So it's obviously very, very good for you.
It is. It is. Very good fat we have there. So we can work on mashing this up after.
Okay.
It's not quite as ripe as we hope, but add in the green onions, squeeze of lime juice.
And the lime's also going to preserve the color on this too, as well, making it taste good, right?
It will.
Okay.
Okay, and then we can also season that with a little bit of salt and pepper. And let's just add a bit of cilantro. Cilantro, again, another staple in this kind of dish in cooking. Oh, the smell of that is.
I know, it's just an intoxicating smell. Just that combination of the lime juice and coriander and all that.
Yes, very fresh. I never used to be a fan of coriander, but
same.
But I love
just
it now.
actually didn't like it at all. So if you are at home and you don't like cilantro or coriander, or is both the same, just keep trying it, and eventually you will love it, and you can't get enough of it.
Yeah, it is.
Because I remember I was eating Thai food once years and years ago, and what is that taste in there that I cannot stand? And I identified it, and then I had never had it. Of course, it was one of those things growing up. It wasn't as prevalent as kids. Now kids are exposed to so much, you know, a lot more ethnic food. So you're getting that when you're younger, but it's an acquired taste, but it's so great.
Yeah, and also you use the words coriander and cilantro interchangeably. Cilantro is actually the leaf, the herb part, whereas coriander is just the seed of that.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a good way to. So that's why you'll see that in some cookbooks. They're asking for coriander because they're looking for the spice version of it, the seed, versus the herb.
Yeah, but it can be used to describe the same thing. So we'll put this in with the chicken. So more of this wonderful herb in with the chicken, and again some more lime juice, keeping all the same flavors here. And then I just have a little bit of taco seasoning.
Really? So you just got like a taco packet and just...
You can use a taco packet, yep. You can use spices that you have in your cupboard. I'm going to add in a little bit of chili powder as well. If you have cumin, that's a nice one. So you can make your own, or
again, this makes the easy part.
Yeah, makes it really easy. So sprinkle that in. Some fresh jalapeno, chopped up fine. Like I said, I'll add in a little bit of this chili powder. Now this won't be too spicy, but it'll give it a nice kick. So basically we just want to mix this all up, make sure all of the chicken is coated. Adding more spice when necessary. And then we have some black beans. So you just get those in a can.
Yeah.
Drain them, rinse them off.
And again, also really, really important in your diet. Very, very healthy protein, fiber.
Okay, looking good. I'm just gonna add a little more of that spice in.
So you don't need to add any liquid to the chicken. This is all just dry and...
Yeah, just the lime juice that you put in.
Yeah, that's the only little bit that you're putting in.
Yeah, and then we have the sour cream and the avocado to kind of moisten it up.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
In the end. So we can add in the beans at this time. So just put it
right. Oh, you can add the beans in now too.
Right into the mixture.
Oh, okay. Makes it easier for preparing too, right? For serving. Mm-hmm. You just put them all in there.
Yep. So everything in at once, and then we can start to assemble.
Okay.
Move this out of the way.
All right.
All right. So I just have the small taco shells here. They come in all different sizes, but we'll just make.
So did you already cook up the chicken beforehand? Or?
Yes.
Okay. So you've already made it all crispy, and then you add all that stuff in. So
yes, exactly.
Cook the chicken separately on its own first, without anything else in it.
Yes.
Okay.
If you're buying raw chicken, I would just throw it in the oven for 15-20 minutes and then shred it up. But if you're buying it already cooked, it's just that much faster, and you mix it with all your
that's it. Just a little bit of oil, and then
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then all we have to do is assemble. So a little bit of sour cream on the bottom.
Okay.
A couple spoonfuls of this inside. And then basically we'll just fold it over once, and we'll put it in the fry pan, nice and hot fry pan. Some cheese, nice and hot with the seam side down. So if I fold this over and we have a little seam there.
Oh, okay. You're making more like a little burrito fold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we'll put it in the fry pan, the seam side down, fry it up just for a couple minutes per side until it gets crispy. So we'll get on that.
All right. What we'll do? We'll do that during the break. We'll come back and we'll show you the final product. This is going to be very cool. Be right back.
Live color fully at Terra, where color lives.
You've sat under them and built forts in them. You've swung from them and fell out of them. You've even fallen in love under them. Trees have always held a special place in our hearts and memories. A natural beauty, trees will grow with you and your family and bring color and nature into your world. For your assurance of quality, look for trees and shrubs with the Medallion plant tag. Medallion plants, locally grown, the pride of Niagara.
Welcome back to Terra at Home, and I am very excited about these because I am going to make these, Chef Rachel.
Thank you.
Smart idea. Again, people use these soft flour tortillas all the time, but I wouldn't have thought to throw them in a pan.
Yeah, it's great, eh?
And then melt all the cheese inside.
Yeah, it kind of warms everything up because when you start with the chicken, well, the chicken I started with anyways was cold. So get everything warm, cheese melted, and there's nothing better than just like that little crisp and whatever.
It makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
And again, these are great, of course, with the family because they can come along and pick and choose what they want to have in them. You know your kids, you know what they like, what they don't like, and you can sneak some things in that they don't like and that are good for them.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
What a great meal. Easy.
Yeah, so those are all done. They only take 20-30 seconds aside just to get nice and brown and crisp. And the avocado here, I just started mashing up. And so I just serve this on the side as like a condiment. You can put it in. I don't put it in just because I like to have it nice and cold and fresh.
Exactly. Yeah.
As opposed to cook in there. But I guess if you wanted to throw a bit on the bottom with the sour cream, you could. So yeah. So you just serve the guacamole, I guess you can call it, and the sour cream on the side, and you have a very easy.
You could put anything in these, and you could add tomato in there if you wanted. If you really wanted to turn it, as you say, into a guacamole. And there's just so many possibilities. You could use shredded beef, pork, whatever you like.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, of course.
And
so many
just get a lot of options. All of Chef Rachel's recipes are on our website, terragreenhouses.com. And again, very, very straightforward and easy recipe, but something so creative. Just little ideas that make you think, wow.
Yeah. Why didn't I think of that?
Fun hanging out with you again today, Chef Rachel. And again, this is just an awesome meal, easy for the family. So that's it for now. And I'm about to try one of these. Have yourself a good Saturday.